Go ahead.
Good evening, welcome back to Cooking with Dad and I am Gabriel, and tonight we are going to be cooking something I don't think we've done.
Not this way.
Okay, so we haven't done it this way, but as you can see right here, we got some lasagna strips here. So let's get started.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Hope you all had a good weekend. It's been Monday. Weekend was pretty good. So yeah, just back at it, back for another week of fun and potential mess making here in the kitchen. Yeah, knowing me, knowing us, there's bound to be a mess or two made in this kitchen. So, right, Gabriel?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, thank you. So let's get to it. Let me show you what we've got here. So I'm going to show it to you I'm going to show you this recipe in two different ways because I had initially found this one in one of my cookbooks, but scrolling around on Pinterest, I actually found a picture of it. So we will go with either one, but never mind this bottom section here. The top portion here is what we are actually making. And yes, that is a mouthful. Spinach and mushroom lasagna roll-ups with the gorgonzola cream sauce. So, how the hell? Please take a moment. Okay, I can't get that block off of the screen, so that... Okay, so anyway, this is what it's supposed to come out looking like, and that is the best picture I can come up with on this thing, because everything else is not what it's supposed to be. But this is probably the best picture that I can find on this one. This is good if you are looking for something that is vegetarian friendly, because there is no meat whatsoever in this one, just all veggies and pasta, and like I said, no meat involved. Natalie, I know if you're still watching, Maddie would like this one because she's all veggie, so this would be right up her alley. Again, there is a picture and there is the name of the recipe. All right, so let's scroll down here to the ingredients. And also, too, just like it is in the book, it has additional stuff as side items. And this also has the asparagus tips and the broiled tomatoes, but we will not be making those. We are only going to be making the lasagna rolls. Okay, so what we are going to do is we're going to start off with 16 cremini mushroom caps. I wasn't able to find any cremini mushroom caps or cremini mushrooms. So right now, all we are just using is regular white mushrooms. And it says cleaned with a damp towel and finely chopped in a food processor. So come over here, and this may not look like much. It looks like a big brown and white mess, but this is my mushrooms run through a food processor or a blender. And this will be part of my filling for those.
You need help?
Yeah, I will soon. Okay, a small yellow onion, yellow-skinned onion, finely chopped. No onion. I didn't buy any onion. So we will just be using dehydrated onions. 2 cloves of garlic minced, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 10-ounce package of frozen chopped spinach, defrosted and squeezed dry, which is what we've got here in this bowl. I mean, as dry as possible anyway. Salt and pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 cups of skim ricotta cheese, Bam. A cup of chicken broth, 8 ounces of gorgonzola crumbled. Gorgonzola. It's almost like blue cheese. Tastes pretty similar to blue cheese. It's a very good cheese. This is the first time I'm using gorgonzola, so we will see how it comes out. 1.5 cups, or no, a half a cup of heavy cream, or 3 turns around the pan, if you want to get fancy. And then 1 to 1.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. And then the rest of the stuff down here, we're not making this. We're not doing the asparagus tips. We're not doing the boiled tomatoes. So just everything after the serving suggestions stuff, disregard unless you actually want to make that. So come up here to our directions, and in a medium skillet over moderate heat, saute your mushrooms and chopped onions and garlic in the oil until the mushrooms give off their juices and darken, and the onions are tender, about 7 to 8 minutes, and then season it with salt and pepper. So let's go ahead and get that going. Get our stove on, medium heat. Get my oil. Oh, I think I forgot something on the ingredients. 8 curly edge lasagna noodles cooked to al dente. So come over here, and we have our lasagna noodles already cooked and ready to go. And as per in the instructions here, it says to set them aside and then just leave them until we're ready to use. So I just have them spread out on the cutting board, ready to go. I've got more than 8. I've probably got about 12, only for the fact that the previous times that I've made lasagna rolls, I've had some that have fell apart. So I like to keep a little bit extra just in case. And hell, you never know. I may have more than enough filling to fill all of those. So we'll see. If I do have extra, then we'll make them. If I don't, then we've got extra noodles and we'll just munch on that. Okay, so we've got our skillet, we've got our oil in here. Over moderate heat, saute mushrooms, onions, and garlic. So measure me one big spoon of garlic. Okay, so while he's getting that, I'm going to get my mushrooms in here. Here, scoop out this real quick.
Is that?
Yeah, just whatever's in here. Uh-oh, that was my fault. That's good. I'll just rinse that out.
This?
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we've got the mushrooms, we've got the garlic. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of onion in here. All right, give me one of them spoons. Stir that up for me, please. Okay, so step 1, saute mushrooms, onions, and garlic in the oil until the mushrooms give off their juices and darken, and the onions are tender, about 7 to 8 minutes. So we're just going to let that sit in here for a few minutes. Just kind of stir that up a little bit. Let that marinate just a tad. I mean, the mushrooms, you can tell they're already dark as it is. So we're just going to saute them a little bit. I mean, maybe not for the full 7 to 8 minutes like it says, but we're just going to saute them a bit. Season with salt and pepper. Salt will help draw the water out of the veggies as they cook, so it's going to draw them out. It doesn't say how much salt and pepper to use, so we're just going to sprinkle a wee bit. Where's my pepper? Oh, maybe a little too much pepper. Okay, so let's stir this up some. Okay. Okay, add dry chopped spinach to the pan and then heat through for 1 minute. Add your seasonings, salt and pepper add seasonings with salt, pepper, or adjust seasonings with salt, pepper, and a little nutmeg. All right, let me borrow you for a sec. Scoop out the spinach. No, use the one. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the spinach in here. I know it wasn't the full 7 to 8 minutes like you recommended, but we're using the dehydrated dried onions, so it's really not gonna matter too much. Scoop out as much of that as you can. That'll work. Rinse that off for me, please. I'll take this. Thank you. Okay, so we've got our spinach mixed in here with the mushrooms and the onions. I'm going to sprinkle a little more salt and pepper. And then get some of the nutmeg in here. It actually smells really good. Actually smells pretty good right now.
Oh yeah.
Now all this is going to be right here. This is going to be the filling for my lasagna rolls. I got my lasagna noodles ready to go. Got to try to get moving so they don't dry out too much. Okay. Okay, step 2, adjust seasonings with salt, pepper, and a little nutmeg. Add the ricotta, stir into mixture, and heat cheese through about 1 minute. Remove pan from heat and leave in the skillet. So I need 2 cups of the ricotta. Hold that for me, please. Sorry. All right, so I just put in the ricotta. All we're going to do is just going to mix this up with the veggies here. Melt the cheese, melt the ricotta just a little bit. Get this stuff mixed in as good as we can. And then give it a couple minutes, or maybe not even that. Just mix this up nice and good. And then we're going to turn the stove off and we're just going to let this sit here in the pan while we get the cream sauce going. Again, this is just going to be the filling for our lasagna rolls.
That looks so good.
It does, doesn't it?
It actually looks like the real stuffing for lasagna, because you know how, if you all ever been to restaurants before and you got lasagna, like, say an example, I don't know if Olive Garden has lasagna.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
So, if you ever went to Olive Garden and you got their lasagna, and their lasagna stuffing looks like this.
Almost, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn the heat off and let that just sit for a bit while we can finish up the rest of this here. Remove the pan from the heat, but leave in the warm skillet. Step 3, heat broth in a small pan over moderate heat, and then melt the gorgonzola into the broth. So we're going to take saucepan. Okay, where is my chicken broth? I need you to measure me out 1 cup, please. And then we're going to pour that into that little pan right there.
1 cup?
1 cup. Excuse me. And then go ahead and put the rest of that back, please. Okay, so we got the chicken broth in the pan. We're going to let that heat up just a tad. And then we're going to start pouring in our gorgonzola cheese right over there. Okay, heat broth over medium heat. Melt gorgonzola into broth and bring liquid to a bubble. Stir in the heavy cream and thicken sauce for 2 minutes. All right, do me a favor. Let's start putting some of this stuff away. So get me the garlic put away.
Onions?
I'll take those. Salt and pepper we're not going to need. We'll put the nutmeg back. Okay, and then the rest of that stuff, just leave that because we're going to need that. And then... Okay. Roll up pasta. Okay. Okay, so we got the chicken broth heating up a little bit. So I'm going to take my gorgonzola, pour that in. Throw that away, please. And then just stir that around. But also as this stuff is cooking, you got to make sure and you got to stir the cheese because you do not want that mixture to burn. For right now, no. I'm going to let that cook. Put the cream in there. Oh, measure me out 1/2 cup of heavy cream. I could have probably left those in there in the water for a little bit longer. And then put that back when you're done. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to stir this even though the heat is off, but the pan is still a little warm, not too bad. Excuse me, I gotta sample some of this stuff real quick. Oh wow, that's good.
You try?
That is good.
It's hot.
No, not bad. Good?
Really good.
And that's gonna be the filling.
Oh, nice. I think I know why. The Olive Garden's lasagna stuffing looks kind of different.
Why's that?
If they use meat in their stuffing,
Mm-hmm.
and we only use vegetables, then there's probably a little difference for that.
Oh, yeah, there's a big difference because, I mean, Olive Garden, I'm sure, has the vegetarian option, you know, where they substitute the meat for, you know, something like this. And, you know, then you got what we've got here with this, which is all vegetarian-friendly stuff here. I mean, I came across this recipe in the book and on Pinterest, and I thought it would be a good idea, not really paying much attention that it was all vegetarian. But, I mean, I've done lasagna rolls a couple of times before, and that stuff has come out really good. I'm probably going to be doing the roasted red pepper ones here pretty soon. Not this week, maybe a couple of weeks down the line. But those ones are going to be pretty good. Okay, so this is going to be our filling for the lasagna rolls. Come on, melt cheese. Melt gorgonzola into the broth and bring liquid to a bubble. Then we're going to stir in the cream and thicken that for 2 minutes. Place cooked lasagna noodles on a large work surface or cutting board. Spread lasagna noodles with the layer of spinach mushroom filling. Roll up the pasta and arrange the bundles, 8 bundles. We're probably going to have more than 8 bundles in a shallow flame-proof casserole dish. Pour sauce over roll-ups and top with mozzarella. Place casserole under broiler to melt cheese, and then serve with steamed asparagus and broiled tomatoes, which we do not have. We are not doing the steamed asparagus and the broiled tomatoes. Although that did not sound like a bad idea, going with the asparagus. But I did not prepare for the asparagus or the broiled tomatoes, so we will not be eating that. It's just going to be the lasagna rolls. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're just waiting for this cheese to melt a little bit. But we also have to wait for this to bubble a little bit before we can add the cream. And then we can start putting all this stuff together. Actually, you know what? While we're waiting, let me see. You know what? We'll go ahead and start that now. All right, Gabriel, let me borrow you. Okay, so while we are waiting for this, I'm going to go ahead and start filling up my noodles, my lasagna rolls. So I need you to hold that for me, please.
Do they have to bake?
Yes, just for a bit.
Okay.
Come on this side.
Just wondering, because I was wondering if you preset it.
No, we'll set that in a little bit. It doesn't take long for it to broil.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start rolling up my lasagna rolls and filling them up with the spinach mushroom mixture. So it says to lay them on a flat surface and then just spread out the mixture. Carefully. Start off from this. Okay, now it doesn't say, take that for a second. It doesn't say how much of the spinach mixture to put on there. It just says a layer. So you can do a thin layer like this, however you want, or you can just sop it on there. It's really your choice. Go ahead and put the cream in there. Okay, so we got the liquid boiling here. We're going to pour the heavy cream in, and then just try to scrape some of that with the fork.
Ow.
You all right?
Yeah, it burned me.
Well, you're fine. Okay, roll up pasta. Spread lasagna noodles with a layer of spinach mushroom filling. Roll up the pasta and arrange the bundles in a shallow flame-proof casserole dish.
I'm good.
All right. You're fine. You'll be fine. Okay, so take that for a second. All right, so we've got that done. We spread it out. Now I'm going to just very carefully roll this one up. And bam. So pretty much what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making as many of those as we can. So we're just going to keep doing the same thing to the rest of these.
Want me to help with you?
Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, let me have you help me here in a second while I'm doing this. Take off her jacket. Yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 of these done right now. I am going to stir this cheese sauce mixture a little bit. And it says Now after adding the heavy cream, it is supposed to thicken up. Okay. Stir in cream and thicken sauce for about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go easy on that.
Sorry.
I know, it's good. Okay. So go ahead and take one of those noodles, spread some out onto the noodle. Don't worry, the pan's not hot. It's already cooled down. Just spread that open like that, and then just go an easy, thin layer. Spread it all the way from one side of the noodle to the other. Just like that. Good. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. And then just spread it out. And then get a little more down here. Just a little bit. That's just a small amount right there on the edge. Spread that one out. Okay. Now let's go ahead and roll it up. It doesn't matter which side you start from. So just start, fold it down like this, and then all the way to the end, and then just stand it up like those ones are. And don't worry if some of the filling comes out on the edges, it's fine. Okay? And then just go ahead and do another one. Okay, so this is the sauce. It's going to start thickening up a little bit as the cheese melts and the heavy cream warms up some. Let's see something right quick. Excuse me. Use both your hands. Yeah, there you go. Okay, go ahead and get another spoon and then get that other end. Okay. If you're ready, go ahead and roll it up. Okay, go ahead and get another one. Okay. And just spread that one out. Spread that one out as much as you can, and then just get it as even as you can. Okay, go ahead and get another spoon. Okay, this should be thickening up, but it's not. Okay, go ahead and roll. It's good filling. Lacey! Let me borrow you for a sec, please. I'm gonna put this girl to work. Put it right there. Hi, Lacey. Here, let me. You want to roll or you want to hold?
Huh?
Do you want to roll up or do you want to hold the camera? Okay. You can help, Gabriel. You can still help. We get it done faster. Okay. So what I want you to do, spread the noodle out like that. Get you another spoon. And then spread the filling on the noodle as much as you can. And then once you got it covered, then roll it up. All right, Gabriel, let me have you come over here on this side.
I'll tell you whenever I need a noodle.
And just use this one here since it's right there. Spread it out. Flatten it out.
Like this?
Yes, just like that. Flatten it out. You don't want to overfill it too much. Both hands. Both hands. Wait. Hold on. Let me get in here. I'm going to scoop some of this out.
Can I try some?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm probably gonna try after I'm done rolling.
Okay. And then just stack it up right there.
My little baby one.
And get another noodle.
This looks good. What's in it?
Spinach, ricotta cheese, mushrooms, and garlic, and a little bit of onion.
This is gonna be good. So I'm just gonna like 3 big scoops. I was playing Little Big Planet and building a cart.
Here, pick up. There.
I figured out how to win on the car building game, but I need to get a power.
Why?
Because it's like a speed boost power. I'll wait for it.
Okay, go ahead and roll that one up. See how many we got here. 8, 9. That one's 9, and then Gabriel's working on 10. Here, put that one up here. No, right here next to this one. Right there. Right there. Not bad? Okay. Looks like we might have enough for 2 more noodles. Just get what you can in there, and if you don't have enough, then just roll it up with what you've got.
This one I might only be able to fill 2 scoops. Actually, I could do more.
Yummy. Okay. So while they're finishing up that, roll up pasta and arrange bundles in a shallow flame-proof casserole dish. Pour warm sauce over roll-ups and top with mozzarella. Place casserole under broiler to melt the cheese. So I got to get my broiler going.
Looks like we still got some of this.
That's fine. Whatever we have left then. Either.
Just for extra.
Okay. Roll that one up. Hold on.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Huh?
My broiler's ready.
Oh, cool. Any more help?
You made pizza?
Yes.
Needing help with anything else?
Right now, no. All I gotta do is just pour the sauce on.
Oh.
And then the cheese.
What's in that pizza? Bacon.
Chicken, bacon, Caesar dressing.
Sounds good. Is that one big slice in there or a couple of small slices?
I cut up however you want.
Gabriel, you want to share a piece?
Oh, thank you.
No, just save it. You can do it for tomorrow for breakfast if you want. Okay, the sauce is thickening up a little bit finally. It's supposed to be a little thicker than that. Okay, so we have our lasagna rolls. We've got 12. I had just enough plus a little bit extra to make this work. So we have 12 lasagna rolls. Gabriel, let me borrow you for a sec. Just open that for me, please. All right, just thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, well, I'm gonna have to put this cheese sauce on there at some point, so let's just go ahead. It's a little too runny for my liking. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook and thicken up for a little bit more before I pour it on. Try not to make too much of a mess here. This sauce is still a little too thin. Put a little bit of cornstarch in there to thicken it up some. Try to anyway. If not, then we'll just go with it the way that it is. Okay, so turn that off. Okay, step 4, pour sauce over roll-ups and top with mozzarella. Place casserole under broiler to melt cheese. Now, it doesn't say... Yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Place a lid on the colander, steam asparagus while you are cooking your pasta for 4 minutes. Okay, so it says, I mean, on one hand, it doesn't say how long to cook it under the broiler, but then on the other hand, it does. So we're just going to go, I don't know, no more than 5 minutes. We're just going to check it periodically just to make sure that it's not too bad. But let me show you what it's supposed to look like. All right, so that is what it's supposed to come out looking like. As you can see, you got the nice little crisp on the top with the cheese nice and burnt on there. And, I mean, the cheese sauce doesn't look too bad. I mean, then again, that is the only picture that she's got on this thing. It looks like that she maybe had done it on a TV show. And you can tell it looks a little off right there with the picture quality. But, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so I gotta get this thing in the broiler. So we're just gonna go ahead and go with the sauce the way that it is. It shouldn't be too bad. I mean, it is a little thicker, but I gotta get it in there. Okay, pouring the sauce on top. Yeah, it should have been a little thicker, but you know what? That's not going to be too bad. Now we got to put some of the mozzarella on top of this. Gabriel, let me borrow you for a sec, please. Hold on, please. I got to put this cheese on top. All right. Okay, so we need about 1 to 1.5 cups of cheese to sprinkle on top of this. That should be good right there. So I put about maybe a cup of the cheese on top of this. Thank you. Put that cheese back for me, please. Okay, so we got this all set up. Only thing we have left to do is cook it and melt the cheese. Alrighty, in you go. Okay, so we're gonna cook. Timer. Okay, so we're gonna go with 3 minutes for right now. We're gonna let it cook for about 3 minutes and see what it looks like periodically between now and then. But hopefully, sorry, putting stuff away. So hopefully, this is what we are looking to come out with. Something similar, anyway. But I mean, this is already sounding pretty good. It's already looking pretty good, and this filling tastes pretty darn good. Again, if you or somebody you know is looking for a vegetarian-friendly dish, pasta, this is a good one. This is a good one. I have a couple of other ones that I've made that are good for vegetarians, but I mean, judging by the filling on this one and how I'm imagining this going to come out, this should be pretty good. I mean, even if you want to, you could probably even, if you wanted to, and throw in a little meat on this one, you could put some Italian sausage in there. Some hot Italian sausage in there, and add a little extra flavor to that. I mean, this wouldn't be bad with meat. I mean, this doesn't seem like it'd be bad without meat, but I mean, you throw in a little Italian sausage in there, and this stuff would probably come out pretty darn good with it. So I don't think you can go wrong either way. That's good. All right, so I'm gonna, about 1.5 minutes in, I'm gonna go ahead and check it. Ooh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm gonna let that cook for the remainder of that minute. Yes, I know it's a mess in here. I know, it's a mess. That's the cheese cream sauce. Like that?
Really good.
Yeah?
I really like it.
Oh, that is good. Yummy. You know, for not having gorgonzola before, this does taste pretty similar to blue cheese. I do like blue cheese. And the kids are kind of iffy on blue cheese, I know. But all I can say is that this does taste like blue cheese. But it's still good. Timer, turn that off. All right, here we go. That vent. Ooh, a little toasty right there. Just a wee bit toasty.
That looks good.
Watch out. There we go. What you think?
It's really good. I really like it.
Yeah? I gotta say, I think that looks pretty good. It smells pretty good. I can't wait. So, there she is. The finished product of this maiden voyage of a dinner try here. This looks good. And then we have some of the cream sauce. Ooh, yeah. So you can still scoop some of the cream sauce onto this as well. Yummy. Yeah, so this sauce on the edge here is still a little thin enough to where you can get you a roll or two and then still have enough of the cheese sauce to scoop on top of it, just like so. Okay. This looks good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and eat. I will attach a picture and the link to the recipe on this one. Tomorrow is Tuesday. So we will be back tomorrow. Got another video tomorrow. Not 100% sure what we're going to do just yet, but whatever it is, that's probably going to be good. So until then, you guys have a good rest of the night. Enjoy your Monday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
Gabriel says bye.